Gentlemen, and welcome to this debate activity. We are in the championship round, and again with us this morning, my teachers in high school, and now my co-teachers, none other than Ma'am Evalinda Barete and Ma'am and of course, the presence of my dear students in grade 9 Chastity. We all know that, or we have been discussing regarding the importance of one's speaking ability, especially when we talk about public speaking or mass communication. And so we have come to think or realize the importance of mastering the English language or our oral ability or speaking ability. And so, the proposition team has this motion resolved that English speaking policy be implemented in all public secondary English classes. So, my dear students, are you excited to witness this debate?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
cannot hear you. Can you say it louder?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's the energy. And now to start this debate, I'd like to call our chairperson, Miss Kimberly Japana. Let's give her a round of
Good morning, everyone, especially to our teacher, Ms. Janice, and to our distinguished judges. First off, we have Secondary Teacher 3, Mrs. Evalinda Barete, and Secondary Teacher 3, Mrs. Melba Flor Federico. Once again, let's all welcome our judges. The motion of today's debate is resolved that English speaking policy be implemented in all public secondary English classes. So, let me introduce to you the two teams who will present their brilliant ideas regarding the aforementioned motion. On my right are the members of the proposition, the erudites. And on my left are the members of the opposition, the smuggled ones. Before we start, let me remind you of the rules of this debate. First rule, there shall only be 6 members in each team. The first 4 members shall discuss or present ideas for the team side of the issue. The 5th speaker shall present the team's rebuttal, while the 6th speaker shall present the summary of the team's arguments for or against the motion. Second rule, each speaker of both teams shall only be given 3 minutes to present his or her ideas. The green flag signals the start of one's speech. The yellow flag signals that there's 1 minute left. And the red one signals the end of 3 minutes. Our third rule. While the speech is going on, the opposing member or team is not allowed to interrupt nor to pose a question. However, question can be given right after the speaker's delivery of one's speech. Last rule. This debate promotes healthy competition and friendly counter-arguments of ideas. Thus, debaters are not allowed to use foul words nor unfriendly gestures. Now, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, we are.
Are you ready, debaters?
Yes, we are.
Well, it seems that everyone is ready. Let's welcome the first speaker of the proposition team, none other than Mr. Leonard Espinosa.
To our dear teacher, our judges, my companions, our opponents, my fellow students, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, resolve that English speaking policy be implemented in all public secondary schools. For the proposition, English speaking policy talks about the effectiveness of implementing English speaking policy in all public secondary schools to help students improve their knowledge, capability, and performance to speak and learn more about English. It simply means that promoting English is in every public secondary school is important for students to learn because English has become a worldwide language. English is the dominant international language in science, business, aviation, entertainment, and diplomacy, and also in the internet. Philippines deserves credit for its approach to learning English, which is different or much different from other countries. Language success in the Philippines is due to its approach to English. Not just teaching. Not only is English taught in schools, but the population has another key tool necessary for language acquisition. Exposure outside the classroom. It's important because it promotes communication, information, and research, career, immigration, work, studies, course, which is considered as a benefit. Every high school student has the opportunity to learn, especially speaking English. It can be done in many ways, like reading books, newspapers about international business, and academic conference. Also include technology, diplomacy, sports, competition, and advertising. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Espinosa. Please remain standing for the question of the opposition side.
My question is, why do you want to implement such proposition if we can use our own language to...
So, as you all know, English is our worldwide international language. Most of our subjects were using English in explaining performances, activities to promote a subject. So every student can learn more about English.
Once again, thank you. Now, let's welcome the first speaker of the opposition side, none other than Miss Ana Teresa Crispy.
Resolved that English-speaking policy must be implemented in all secondary English classes. Do you think that this kind of proposition can help our country? And are you sure that speaking in English can easily adopt or catch up in the mind of the students? Students by now are studying well without forcing them to speak in English. Let me remind you that our national language is Filipino. The 1987 Constitution clearly defined it, and because of that, it shall be developed and enriched on the basis of other existing dialects and languages. Did you observe? Philippines by now are suffering problems. Do you think that if we're going to implement this proposition, it can help the country? But then again, this is testament of the level of attention and support to the educational system gave the teaching of Filipino. For example, in Thailand, they do not know how to use or how to speak in English, but look at their country. They are more progressive and rich compared to us. They are using their own dialect. And also, one just compared our situation with the poor in English but richer countries such as Japan and Korea, where the medium of instruction is their national language to know how tragic the colonial legacy of criticizing English was for us. Let's propagate Filipino as a language of literacy to cultivate and develop Filipino as a language of scholarly discourse and to further its development as a national language. We need our national language. If you are talking about job, in finding a job, English speaking is not the base. What important is your skills and knowledge and how you can handle this kind job that you are wanting or applying for? What if you know how to speak in English but you don't know how to handle the job? Is it nice? Is it good? Is it amazing? Absolutely not. My point here is why implementing English speaking policy when we can use our own dialect to be progressive and abundant, right? What do you think? Filipino is our language. Filipino is what we need. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Crispy. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Espinosa if he has a question.
So my question is, do you think that English policy only talks about teaching? Why do you say so?
Pardon?
Do you think that English speaking policy only talks about teaching? There are other also examples like reading, right? So where you insisting that we must promote our own language, that there are other books and references that uses English language?
I am insisting that we need to use our own language. That's why we can enhance it, and it is our national language and we need it. We can make our country more becoming a progressive and rich without that English speaking policy.
Once again, thank you very much. Now, let's proceed to the second speaker of the composition fight, none other than Ms. Anna Lumilka. A round of applause, please. Resolved that English speaking policy be implemented in secondary classes. We all know that it is not easy for us to speak in English because English is not our national language. But there are many great reasons to learn English, and advantage that come from speaking English when you travel are many, varied and valuable. In so many parts of the world, English is the international language. Although it may not be the language that is native to, or most commonly spoken in particular country. English is most often the language that travelers share and local people use when communicating with visitors. There's one advantage of having speaking English policy. It is in communication, because language becomes the primary mediator for delivering or sharing information. One of the most widely used language in the world is English. English is well known as an international standard language and is very important for those who live in this globalization era. There are over 750 million people who speak English as a foreign language, and in the year 2000, that according to the British Council, said that there were about 1 billion people, or also Filipino people, learning English. English is increasingly used in many places since it has been dominant to world communication. There are so many advantages of learning English, and they can be found in many sides, such as an international business community, technology field, education, and the social life. However, English also takes a large part in the growth of technology. Almost every electronic devices use English, especially computer and internet. But every command in the computer is in English, and to operate it, people should understand English. And in the internet, there is a lot of information written in English, such as email, blog, and social network. It shows that learning English gives many benefits to the advance of technology. Believe or not, English cannot be separated from human life. So that should be all. Thank you. Eva Milka. Please remain standing for the question of the opposition side.
So my question is, do you think this opposition can work, knowing that many students are struggling in speaking and expressing themselves using the English language?
For me, this proposition is good. That even though that Filipino cannot speak in English thoroughly, but it is helpful for us because when we are traveling, like what I have said a while ago, that one of the advantage of English speaking is communicating to the other people, especially to the other country. So now let's proceed to the second speaker of the opposition side. Please help me welcome Ms. Shania Abella.
The language that should be used in teaching is the same language that the students are using. It does make sense, right? So the opposition, English speaking policy be implemented in all public secondary schools in English class only is a very big mistake. Yes, we have ample of opportunities to express ourselves and participate in every class discussion. But the mere fact is that we are drowning in the ocean of fear. We are afraid that many will bully us because of horrible English. And, of course, there are a lot more problems in the society rather than this. So the very big factor on why we should not use English is that because of the bashment. There are a lot of born nasties out there waiting for just a simple, slight mistake. And boom! They will bully you, laugh at you, and you will become the center of the attraction. Yes, this is a bitter reality, but we must accept the fact that words and phrases are like weapons and daggers that straightly go beyond our heart and causes a mess. Now my point is that we first have to educate ourselves. We must change our perspectives. It is not the government's duty, the school's duty, or the parents' duty. It is our duty to change our perspectives in life and attitude in our mind. That we must have good attitude and good values. We must obtain this kind of things in order for us not to laugh, but help those students who are struggling in speaking in English. Because changes starts within yourself. Before we jump into this kind of proposition, we must change ourselves. That is all. Thank you.
Ms. Shania, I would like to ask you to remain standing for the question of the proposition side. Second speaker, are you sure that speaking English can only embarrassment among students? Bully them? How can you say so?
It is because we students are not really educated. Even though we know it is not very helpful to bully and laugh at those students who are using horrible English, we still do these things. That is why I can say that you would feel embarrassed if you would just speak the English language.
So once again, thank you very much for that. So now, let us proceed to the third speaker on the proposition side. Let us all welcome Ms. Frances K. Aljeves. So, good morning everyone. Resolve that English speaking policy be implemented on secondary classes. We all know that having an English class is a great help among the Filipinos of today. Because in the most field fields of work, your ability to speak English can help you advance in your career, helping you get the job you want and earn more money. No matter what your area of expertise, skill in English will contribute substantially to your success. The fast-paced globalization tremendously encouraged the Filipinos to improve the English campaign in schools and workplaces. Being good and competent in speaking English can give a great contribution for a better economy. Especially now that Philippines has increased its efforts to encourage foreign investors in the country. There will be greater demand for English-speaking workforce. In this paper, I will be discussing the positive impacts that the English language has contributed to the Philippines. In Philippines, English language has been used and taught in schools, workplaces, and home. Filipinos are known to be fluent and effective English speakers. Early exposure with the English language is also good henceforth for the children, if their parents and caregivers would speak and teach them English. It is good that schools are very strict with this kind of proposition. And the first, most important one of having this English speaking class is that it can develop your career. Because we all know that most professional jobs require good levels in English. Think how impressive, excellent level in English will look you. The advantages of the use of language at home in school, and some compared their communication skills and found themselves inadequate. And because we all know that ability to speak English well will lead us to success in life and having better chances of working in other countries. And also, in communication, languages become the primary mediator for delivering or sharing information. So, my point is that English speaking quality is a lending hand for us. It is one key to success in the future. Once again, good morning. Thank you, Ms. Ojlebe. Please remain standing for the question of the opposition side.
So my question is, why do you say so that English is the key to make our economy grow, while when Japan used their own language, when it comes to commerce and economy, is more progressive than us? So thank you for that wonderful question, Ms. Third Speaker. Well, I can say that we need to promote this kind of proposition because, as we all know, Philippines is inviting more investors from foreign countries. So if we don't know how to speak fluently in English, how can we able to communicate with them? How can we able to convince them to invest in us? And as we all know, we cannot compare our country to Japan because we are very different from them. Ms. Speaker, are you listening? Are you satisfied?
Thank you, Ms. Ojlebe. Now, please help me welcome the third speaker of the opposition side, Ms. Vanessa Arenas.
So, good morning. Resolve that English policy be implemented in all secondary English classes. So first of all, how can we implement this kind of resolution without forcing students to do this? Remember, this is a free democratic country. And what? You create rules and regulations about this policy. And when someone or some students don't follow your instructions, they will be having a penalty. Well, I guess it is the wrongdoing. Because it has been stated that
that the English policy is allowed, but the penalty is not. And one more thing, if we implement this kind of resolution, do you think children can easily adopt and catch up? It is some kind of rush, right? And one thing is that our curriculum is already changed. The importance of mother tongue is strongly implemented.
just like what elementary is doing right now. They were speaking in vernacular, and if we implement this, we just ruin everything. Look, elementary nowadays is not yet good in speaking English, especially in correct grammar. It is good to use our mother tongue. The students shows more interest in school and study because they can easily get the idea of the lesson. What do you think is the reason why Pinoy, or our President Benigno Aquino III, that's why he implement this kind of curriculum, and why did he change the old curriculum of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo? Well, I guess it's for the learning more and enhancing more about our mother tongue. Through this, children can easily understand the lesson. It is for the students to understand well, and so they can express their ideas, emotions, and feelings without thinking that the children or others might laugh at them because of their mistake. So, what I can say is that mother tongue the mother tongue can help us rather than speaking English. That would be all.
Thank you, Ms. Janisa. Please remain standing for the question on the proposition side. So my question is that it talks about economy. Well, you mentioned a while ago that why do we need to implement this kind of proposition? So my question is, what possible ways you could introduce to us without the use of this English policy, so in order for us to deal with investors and make our country successful?
Thank you for that question. So, look, Japan is known for the Japanese language. Well, we are not known for our Filipino language. And if we go to the foreign countries, do you think they speak in our language? If we go there, we speak in their own language. So why don't we let them learn our own language so that our country will be more progressive? That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, let us proceed to the four speakers of each team. First, let's welcome the fourth speaker of the proposition side, none other than Ms. Desiree Relatado.
Good morning, everyone. English-speaking policy in schools has benefits to the students that would undergo this practice. Through this English policy, it will lead to early exposure with the English language, which is also a good head start of the students. English-speaking policy will develop students' ability in speaking English fluently, and they can use this ability in their future use. Many things have been said about why people should learn to speak English. Today, I want to talk about a little bit about the benefits you could get if you learn how to speak English fluently. If you know how to speak English, it is not hard for you to get a job, because in applying jobs these days, applicants are required to speak English. Just imagine yourself getting that job and a big pay you wanted, and all of that is because you know how to speak in English. Speaking English is also a new way to express yourself. When you become a fluent English speaker, you get the big possibility to express yourself in a whole new way. And when I say about a new way, I'm talking about lots and lots of new words, different expressions, and a new way to say things. Well, with English, you get to access to a lot of new information that it may not be available in your native language. This happens a lot to programmers who have to be constantly information is in English. No doubt that English is a whole new world of opportunities for anyone. So, make learning English a personal goal. Remember, a whole new world of opportunities opens in front of when you learn how to speak English. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gatalo. Please remain standing for the question of the opposition side.
My question for the fourth speaker goes like this. Are you willing to give up your patriotism just for money? Answer me, yes or no.
Of course not.
So now, let us welcome the fourth speaker of the opposition side, none other than Ms. Meryl Justine Alienar.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In the implementation that an English speaker policy must be implemented in all public secondary schools during English classes only, I beg to disagree. That kind of implementation, because this is forcing the individual to be like that, and in the end, it's injustice. We are living in a democratic country, right? Is the freedom? Where is the freedom? When we can express ourselves as a true Filipino? Well, I am not saying that it is bad to have this. The point is, why should we force and control them, even though we all know that in Tagalog, we are having a difficulty? Filipino language should be reinstated in the Philippines, as it is part of our heritage. English is an important language, but for us, Filipino, we should learn Filipino first, as it was first of official language. Filipino should be taught first in secondary for the young Filipinos to start knowing their language. It is our heritage, our culture. Therefore, we should embrace it. If they will be having a mother tongue during English time, they can express their ideas easily, and it is necessary for the student to be able to participate in classroom discussion. There were no obstructions to show off themselves in English class, because they are free to choose their language and can furthermore express their ideas. According to Pascasio 1797, their perceived proficiency in Filipino has greatly improved, and their perception and learning Filipino have become more positive. Why don't we use Filipino language in English time, where students can easily adopt this kind of policy, and where we can preserve our nationality brought by Mr. Rizal? We should not focus this implementation. The advantages if we will not force students to speak in English is that many students were no longer ashamed to participate using their mother tongue in class. Many students are favorable in learning topics rather than learning English language. Many students can achieve higher grades in English because many students can be united as one in English time when they are speaking in vernacular. Why should we force ourselves to learn fluently in English language even though, well, it is our decision for what will be the right thing to do. And that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Alienar. Please remain standing for the question of the proposition side.
Ms. Speaker, you mentioned about the injustice of having this kind of proposition. Well, can you assure that having the vernacular language be useful in order for us to be successful in terms of dealing with people? Yes or no?
Yes.
Please support your answer.
Can you pardon me?
You mentioned about the justice order for us to be successful in terms of dealing with people?
For me, yes. We use a vernacular language with dealing with people because we are proud to be a Filipino. This is their problem that it is their problem that they did not understand us. Why should they, the vernacular also expresses their ideas of people, and in dealing with this, it can make our country to be united. So once again, thank you very much for the speakers. So now, let's begin the rebuttal of each team. Let us all welcome the rebuttal speaker of the proposition side, none other than Ms. Leigh Andrea M. Apple.
English-speaking parity being implemented in secondary schools. English is a universal language used in communicating our thoughts and ideas. It is also related in some concepts like grammar, vocabulary, and speech. I cannot see any signs that this should be rejected. In fact, this is very useful and beneficial to us humans, especially to us students on secondary level. The first speaker said that why do we want to implement this kind of proposition? Once again, I want to say that English is a universal language where all of us become united, and we are having a good communication when we speak in English. You also said that problems are connected in implementing this kind of proposition. In fact, problems are not connected because problems are talking about economy, while English speaking is talking about study, right? The next one, you said that Japan and Korea are successful countries even though they do not speak in English. No, it's not. We noticed that Korean citizens go here in the Philippines to study. That you are trying, and you tried, and you are still trying. Let's face reality. We cannot please everybody, but the keyword here is at least we've tried. To the speaker 3, we can implement this kind of proposition, not forcing the students by willingly not forcing the students. We will implement this kind of proposition by conducting funny and catchy lessons that can caught the attention of the learners. In that way, we will pursue to learn more and love speaking in English. To the speaker number 4. You questioned our fourth speaker a while ago about being a true patriot. We are not saying to embrace this English thingy. We are just implementing English skills for improvement. There's no patriotism and nationalism involved in this kind of implementation. Lastly, a quote from Reverend Justin Aguilar: "Be not afraid of challenges, because it can mold you to a better person." Therefore, English-speaking policy be implemented for us to be the best persons that could help our society. That's all, and I'm waiting for your time. Thank you.
Speaker. So now, let us all welcome to defend their side, the rebuttal speaker of the opposition side.
Good morning once again. So before I start, I would like to leave a question to the proposition side. Do you believe that the economy brought by English language is more important than the freedom brought by our national language? Let's proceed. To the first speaker, you state that English is a universal language. English is widely used in entertainment, science, and diplomacy. So, let me tell you a story about Japan. Japan is a country that they are not using any foreign language. They are using their own language, which is the Japanese. So, they are using their language in entertainment, science, and diplomacy. And now, their economy is growing fast than us. Even though we Filipino are like foreigners in our own land. Second speaker, you state that English is the language of communication that the travelers and locals use to communicate with each other. And now let's go back to Japan again. Because they're using their own language when they are out of their country and when they are in their country. They are using Japanese to communicate with foreigners. And foreigners are using their own language to communicate with them. And we Filipino are using the language of the foreigners to communicate with them. And even though we are in our own country, we are like animals, adapting in our own environment. Third, English speaking is a key to become rich and gain more money. As what I have said earlier, Japan is a rich country, and they are not using English language to develop their economy. Third, the fourth speaker will give exposure through English language. That English language can convey exposure to a certain country. But Japan again gained their exposure without using any foreign language. They are using their own, and they are proud of their language. And the rebuttal, you state there that unless you tried, and you state in your speech that you are not talking about nationalism and patriotism. You are talking about study. And you state, unless you try. Remember, one big journey starts with a one little step. And when we promote English speaking in our classes, then it may be the start of making the Philippines an English-speaking country. And in that case, we are not proud of ourselves. We are not proud of being a Filipino. We are like, as I said earlier, we're like animals adapting with our own land. We are eaten by a virus, and we're slowly eaten by a virus. That is the English speaking. So, we must be proud of our own language. And we must not adopt any foreign language. Instead, we must be proud of who we are and what we are. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boto Speaker.
So now, to present the conclusion of the proposition side, please help me welcome Ms. Marielle Barredo.
Resolved that English-speaking policy be implemented in secondary public schools. This issue has been tackled many times. It was one of the hot topics that we usually debate. Many people are against this idea, but there are a lot of people who are in it. So, frankly speaking, why shouldn't we agree on this one? This is what we need. Speaking in English class is a great help. When we talk about future, it is what we need. It's a form of exercise in being able to speak fluently and physically qualified in the job you're aiming for. Having an English-speaking class may influence and lend a big help for the people, usually the students, to be able for them to be prepared for the future. Through this English-speaking policy, they are able to aim a better job in the future. It is the chosen language of international communication. According to the survey in 1998, and 69% of the survey respondents believed that and felt that it was the most important language for them to learn or to use. The most common benefits of having this policy is that it will really develop your career for your future. In the world of economics, English language is a big help. There are a lot of opportunities to work abroad, opportunities to work more on
countries. That's why we should be fluent in dealing with big bosses. The fast-paced globalization tremendously encouraged the Filipinos to improve the English-speaking campaign in the schools and workplaces. This can lead to a better opportunity for a better economy. The benefits also is that it is a good way in terms of means of communication since the Philippines is inviting more foreign investors. English, whether we like it or not, it is the chosen language for international communication. 1 out of 4 of the world's population speak English to some level of competence. Demand from other 3/4 increasing. In our increasing economic status, it is one way of starting big contribution in the country. This is a good sign. It is the start of the beginning of a better future. So that's why, being not afraid of implementing this kind of proposition, you might not know that it can change our country, a better and productive one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Beredo. So now, to present the conclusion of the opposition side, let us all welcome Ms. Yvetta Valorio.
Okay, good morning once again. I just want to correct you, Ms. Speaker, that English is not the most popular language or the widely used language in the whole world, because according to the survey of the CNN in the year 2002, the most used or widely used language in the whole wide world is Mandarin. Next is Spanish from Spain, and third is the English from Europe. I just want to reiterate what my team emphasized a while ago, that we are not approved in implementing the English-speaking policy in all public secondary classes because, as what our first speaker said, that in the 1997 Constitution, that we Filipinos should use our national language, which is known as Tagalog or Filipino. As we all know, Philippines is facing so much problems, not just about language, but also an economy. So why you force Filipinos to use English if they can use their own language and able to excel in a globally competitive world? Next is, there are other countries and other nations that are not rich in English, but also rich in economy. We should not use English enabled for our country to have great economy, but we should be true to ourselves. We should not depend on others or on language enabled for us to be progressive, but we should trust ourselves rather. Next is, we need our national language. We don't need other persons enabled for us to survive, but we need ourselves enable for us to have great economy and enable for us to excel. Next is, our point is that we are living in a democratic country and freedom is well known in our country. So why force someone to speak in English if our country deals about expressing oneself in the whole wide world? We must change our perspectives that language is not the key to success, but our skills and perspectives in life do. We cannot deal with the investors, we can deal by investors not just by adopting them, but also making them adopt us instead. We are making ourselves a parasite which depends on our English language to excel and to have a progressive country. And lastly, let us not forget what our famous hero said, Dr. Jose Rizal, ang hindi magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pa sa hayop at malansang isda. That's all, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Valorio. And that's the end of the debate. May I request our debaters to please stand and shake hands with the other team members
Let's give them once again a warm round of applause. Thank you very much to our chairperson, Ms. Kimberly, and of course to our debaters. It was such an impressive debate that we just witnessed, and I am sure that your dear classmates this time are really confused. Are they pro or against this motion? So I'm sure they listened carefully with your reasons for or against the motion about using English, imposing English in English classes. So I'd like to hear from our dear audience. Do we have a microphone, another microphone that fits to these people? So after hearing both teams, are you in favor? Personally, are you in favor or not with this motion or in this motion? Mr. RG, and why? Do you personally agree that English speaking policy should be implemented in English classes? Yes or no? And why?
You're happy that I'm asking.
On my own perspectives, no.
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because we are Filipino. We're living in a democratic world. Democratic country. And remember, Filipino language is the one who determines us for being a Filipino in the whole world. Also, I agree with you, but I full in favor with them because I am Filipino, I am Catholic, living in a democratic country.
You're not in favor with this motion because you believe that it destroys our identity of being Filipino. Okay, so thank you, Mr. RG. Now let's listen to another audience. Yes, Mr. Christian. Are you for or against this motion? And why?
Ma'am, for me, it's not, ma'am. I agree with her proposal. Yes, ma'am.
So you support? You are pro.
So I agree with the yes, ma'am, because we all know that English is the one to communicate with other countrymen, and it is the one. It is the language we need to be successful one because we can be successful without this English.
Okay, so according to Mr. Christian, speaking in English is related to success for communicating other people, especially when we try to communicate with foreigners or the native speakers of the English language. How about another one? Maybe we will hear one from this side. Yes, Miss Shakaina. Shakaina, yes. Or the pretty lady. Are you in favor or against this motion? And why?
For me, I didn't agree with the proposition that English must be implemented in the secondary public school because as we can see, many of the students, it's hard for them to speak in English, and proudly said that I'm one of them.
But I beg to disagree because you are very good in expressing your ideas just a while ago. Now, according to Miss Lacre, there's a difficulty among students to express their ideas using English. So if if we are not going to use English, what could be the language that you're going to use in the English class? Mother tongue or Filipino? Filipino. Okay. Thank you, Miss Lucky. Another one from this side. The beautiful girls of the grade 9 chastity. Maybe let's hear from Miss Liana. Are you personally in favor or against this motion?
For me, I am against for this, for implementing this
Motion.
this motion because as what the opposition says, Filipino language is very important because Filipino is our national language as we are from Philippines. And I'm just confused why Emperador says that we can't be successful without this English language. There's a lot of Filipino who became successful without just using this language. We should always remember that Filipino language is our national language, and if we will continue promoting this English language, we can say that there is a possibility that our national language will be forgotten when more generations will come.
Okay, Liana is emphasizing that even if we will not be using English language in English classes, still we can be able to attain success or progress. Thank you, Miss Liana. Last one. Yes, Mr. Jericho Rosales. The Jericho Rosales of Los Amigos.
So I am agree with the opposition side because we don't need to speak in English. We don't need to speak. We don't need to speak in English just to learn English because we can learn English by the use of our language, ma'am. Because we can easily learn because of the vernacular.
So still we can learn even if we are asked to speak vernacular in English classes. Because according to Mr. Jericho, we can express our ideas better if we use our mother tongue or perhaps Filipino language. Okay, this time I'd like to ask, we have been discussing about debate and you yourselves were able to participate during the elimination round. So this time I want to hear from you, what have you learned? How does this activity help you, especially as a student and or as a person? Yes, Mr. Raymond. As one of the debaters.
Throughout this activity, ma'am, I learned a lot, especially in expressing myself in public. And I learned also that in a debate, you don't need to just express your ideas. You also need to respect your opponents. And also, you don't need, as a debater, you are not required to fight with other sides. And in a debate, you only need to respect the other side so that the competition will be a healthy one.
Okay, so there should be respect even if you have opposing ideas. In reality, sometimes we do experience misunderstanding, right? But we should not be able to destroy others. There should still be respect. Another one from the audience. What have you learned from this activity, from this debate activity? Miss Ardina. Actually, Miss Ardina is just very quiet, but she has really good ideas in mind. Yes.
I have learned that it matters on if we will use English in our class because some students can't understand English and can speak in English fluently, and I'm one of them. But I have problem in speaking in English, and sometimes you can express our sometimes we can pronounce the English in
So you mean to say, since you recognize the importance of practicing how to speak English, are you pro or against this motion? Pro or against the motion? Are you in favor or not? You're against, still you're against because it's hard to express your ideas using English language. Or what are other learnings that you have gotten? Huh?
With the help of them,
Okay, thank you, Mr. RJ. And we're down to the awarding part. I'm sure that our debaters are now nervous because there is a prize at stake for this championship round.
drum roll.
So who do you think made it? Huh? Is it the proposition or the opposition? Kimberly, do you think it's the opposition or proposition? We're waiting for the judge's decision. No, in your based on how you analyze their idea. Presented ideas. For me, it's because their speakers really presented well-researched ideas, and their bottom speaker is really good. I'm not saying that
The other one is bad.
but I think the idea presented by their bottom speaker is better.
Okay, better than the other one.
Who are for the opposition team? How about the proposition team? Oh, this one is really clumsy. For the opposition, without considering your personal choice, based from this debate, based from their performance, who do you think is the champion?
I think it's proposition.
So finally, the result is about to be announced. Or maybe the request Mama Barber to, yes, proclaim, announce the winner. Your previous English teacher. I'm sure Eva is very happy to see your progress. Yes, as English speakers, we're just really proud of you, your English teachers. First honor. To all, congratulations. You impressed me, grabe. I enjoyed the whole duration of your activity. I'm so proud of you, and I can really see how improved are you already as students. No matter how many are you disagreeing to, implement, but then I can see many of you are speaking very well in English. I can see it. Maybe for the sake of argument. So there are so many of you who are disagreeing or you're for opposition, but then the way I see it, before I declare the winner, the way I see it, the way during our observation with Mom Fadrigo, I know she's also very proud of our students. Grabe yung hangin pa. Ma'am, I would even want to suggest that Ma'am Casas would organize a group of debaters. Kasi ang gagawin niya. I really did not expect to hear this kind of presentation of arguments, right? Impressed ako as in, nakita niyo akong lagway? Wala ako smile eh. Na-impress ka ni Ma'am niya. Di lang ko gusto mo tanong sa score ni Ma'am para na ako'y difference sa mong score. Wala lang nagsabot. But then wala na kasi nabot siguro may sa bahay. So i-declare yan ako, Ma'am. The total score. So, as a proposition, as a proposition.
Hawak kamay, hindi mo nanalo, pre.
The total score gained by the proposition.
Okay, one more time.
Proposition got 87 votes. Proposition got
Kastre, ganto.
Bye,